Hello friends. Before your C or C++ code ever reaches the compiler, something else runs first. It is called the preprocessor, and most people skip right past it without really understanding what it does or why it exists. Here is the thing. When you hit build, your toolchain does not jump straight into compilation. It hands your source file to the preprocessor first. That step happens entirely in plain text. No types, no syntax trees, no machine code, just text transformation. The preprocessor reads special instructions called directives, lines that start with a hash symbol, and it acts on them. It can pull in other files, replace names with values, and strip out entire blocks of code before the compiler sees a single line. In this video, we are breaking down exactly how this works and why it matters. Now, the two directives you will use in almost every C or C++ program. First is #include. When the preprocessor sees this, it finds the specified file and pastes its entire contents right at that line, before the compiler ever sees your code. That is how functions like printf become available. You are literally inserting another file into yours. Second is #define. This one sets up a macro, a name the preprocessor will find and replace throughout your code. Write #define max 100, and every occurrence of max gets swapped out for 100. Write a function like macro, such as square of x, and it expands inline wherever you call it. No function call overhead, just straight text substitution. These two directives handle inclusion and substitution, the building blocks. Up next, we look at how directives let you control which code even gets compiled in the first place. Alright, so we covered #include and #define in the last slide. Now here is where the preprocessor gets really powerful. Conditional compilation. The idea is simple. You tell the compiler, only compile this block of code if a certain condition is true. The directive #ifdef checks whether a macro has been defined. If it has, the code inside gets compiled. If not, the preprocessor skips it entirely. #ifndef is the opposite. It checks whether a macro has not been defined. And #endef always closes the block. Here is a real use case. Say you are writing code that runs on both Windows and Linux. You wrap platform-specific code inside. #ifdef blocks for each target. No messy if-else logic at runtime. Another common one is debug builds. You define a debug macro during development, and wrap your diagnostic output inside #ifdef debug. Ship the release build without that macro, and all that code disappears. Next up, we look at macros with arguments, and why they need careful handling. Alright, now let's look at macros that take arguments, function like macros. You define one just like an object macro, but you add parameters. Something like square of x, defined as x times x. The preprocessor does a straight text substitution everywhere you call it. No function call overhead, no stack frame, just inline code. Here's the interesting part, and the risk. Because it is pure text substitution, there is no type checking at all. And if you pass an expression with a side effect like an increment, it gets pasted in twice, and you get a bug that is really hard to track down. Always wrap arguments in parentheses inside the body to stay safe. Now, when you are done with a macro and want to prevent accidental reuse, you use #undef. That simply removes the macro definition from that point forward. Up next, we wrap everything up and look at the full preprocessor pipeline from start to finish. Alright, let's bring it all together. The preprocessor runs before your compiler ever touches your code. It handles three main jobs. First, file inclusion with #include, pulling in headers and libraries. Second, macros and constants with #define, and the ability to remove them cleanly with #undef. And third, conditional compilation with #ifdef and #ifndef, letting you control which code actually gets built. None of this logic reaches the final executable. It all happens in that early transformation pass. The key takeaway here is simple. The preprocessor is not magic. It is a text transformation step, and understanding it makes your code easier to organize, safer to maintain, and smarter to debug. That wraps up our series on preprocessor directives. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.